Hey, what's up, Golferos? How you doing? Welcome back. This is episode 20 of the Salud Golferos Podcast. This is going to be a really fun one because if you look on the screen here, for those of you watching, we got Lalo back on the pod, and then Hex in the nick of time making it. He's out traveling right now. We were holding on, waiting for him. So, Lalo, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us.
Nothing much, man. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm excited to be on with you guys again, and a little less nervous this time. The first time I was nervous, but now I wouldn't even say less. There's just no nerves no more. Like, the ice was broken.
Yeah, you're chilling with the boys. You're just having a conversation, bro.
It's exactly.
And that's actually funny. I wanted to start off that way too because so guys, we always give love and shout out to Safe Par. Safe Par, after listening to our episode, they were like, "Yo, Lalo's a funny guy. Like, we got to get him on." And then I think you guys had your own conversations. You get under the Safe Par podcast that you get your episode over there, and then you get brought into our group chat. So we've talked about it, hinted about it before, but we kind of have like a podcasters group chat. And Lalo, man, you have taken off in that group, bro. Like, Raul, I don't know if you've seen it. Hex, I know you don't really chime into the socials too much, but Lalo is the light of everyone's life in that group chat, man. Every morning.
Saying that shit from our this podcast, you're gonna be like, "Why don't trabajas o qué, cabrón?"
He's sending those video messages where he's like driving and
yes. He does it all the time, and I love it.
Hey, we're not gonna be responsible for your fucking ticket, bro. So
I'll send Lalo a message like, what's up, bro? Like, or he'll send me one first. I'll send him one back. And then he'll come back with like, "Yo, Hex, like, blah, blah, blah." Is he driving?
They don't text and drive, bro. That's just not safe. So I video text drive.
It's not, man. It's good. It's good to see his face,
funny,
man.
And it's your style. It's his style of doing things, Let him do them. So it's funny.
Tell the wife, let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Let him cook, bro.
She's gonna send you to cook. Va a querer la cena, güey.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Bro. Let the sun go down because you guys can see out in the backyard. It's sunny. It's still like 95 degrees. Who knows?
We're gonna get the Blackstone, man. That's what he's always putting in the group chat. He's got the Blackstone back there, and
the trainer. I got the smokers. I got it all set up back here, man. I got it perfectly just so I don't have to leave the house if I don't want to. I only leave to go play golf.
That's a good reason, bro. That's a great reason.
It's a great reason.
But yeah, Lalo, I wanna dive into something that sparked recently this week. So guys, like I said, we got a group chat with all the other podcaster guys, Safe Par, Duffin, Sucker Pin. It's a really good time and it's really fun. And Lalo, you've added this extra flavor to it where like you are honestly you. Like we all are. We're all ourselves, but we were kind of talking about it offline. Your upbringing, you're first generation Mexican, and you really bring that into the chat in like the best possible way. That you have like all the white boys in the group chat be like, "I ate tacos today. Me agarré una modelo, blah blah blah," and it's like it's legitimately like that's how it is in the group chat. And so
and to piggyback off that, first generation Mexican American, you left American.
That's right. Sorry, Mexican American.
No, I just hope he doesn't come out here after us like, "Hey, what the fuck? So what is your dad?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
Vengo de África. No,
like you said, bro. Like, you got people talking like, "Oh, I eat tacos en mi modelo," and it's like, for those of all of you who are not part of that group, it's not like in a fucked up way.
No, it's not.
It's like a genuine, like a tribute, like, "Hey, bro, like, I'm down with you guys. I'm down with the culture. I'm down with the food. Down with the way you guys get down." So it feels good, Like the other day.
You should tell them. You should every time somebody says something like that, just be like, "Oh, dude, did you have nopales?" You're gonna blow their mind. They're gonna be like,
"No, no mames, güey."
I don't like that, bro. A mí no me gustan.
Did you have some lentejas?
No,
Bro, you don't like nopales? Really?
Come
Ah,
on.
Wait,
I'm
all
like
right,
I'm like in the
Una,
middle. Dang, I'm about to
una
get
ensalada-
cooked.
Oh,
Let me
dude.
ask you a question, and we're gonna figure it out if you like nopales. A mí me gustan los nopales cuando voy a la carne asada, and you got like the fucking big steak, las costillitas, rice, beans, and a scoop of nopales. Did you really like the nopales?
Hell yeah, dude. Dude.
bro,
Uno
I've
pala,
never
uno,
eaten a
uno
plate of
pala
nopales.
asado? Bro.
I don't
I
need
can
a
I
plate.
can I can vouch
No.
for Raul because we do carne asadas over here at the house, and like
Yeah.
as soon as the nopales comes out, he gets up. Like
Yep.
it's funny because we'll be done playing golf, and he's like in one of the chairs in the back, and he's just chilling, and then my mom throws some nopales on there, and she's like, "They're ready," and he's like,
Yep.
"De aquí soy."
That's
I
never
got
me,
no
bro.
shame
That's
about the
never me.
nopal. Hey, bro,
No.
you don't even know Lalo. I mean, yeah, well, hopefully my wife won't listen to this, but I once dated a vegan girl. And I was like, dude, the closest thing I'm gonna get to eating vegan is gonna be nopales.
no
So I
pales.
got her into nopales because I mean, like, dude, she couldn't get whiter. If she got any whiter, she was gonna be see through.
Obviously,
But she had no.
nopales. She was
she-
dating you.
Hey, bro. So I got her. I got her into nopales, dude. It was a thing. Look, no BS, dude. I don't know if you ever been to Erewhon, that freaking superstore or that grocery store where they sell
Oh
like
yeah.
crazy shit. You'll see nopales there, dude. That's gonna be the next thing. There's so many freaking things that us brown people grew up with, and we weren't making a big deal about it, and it now becomes a trend. Like, look at, I don't know if, do you ever freaking drink agua de chia or lemonade with chia? Now
Mhm.
chia is a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
thing
yeah.
in the freaking,
Not me, but I know
nutritional
you're talking
freaking,
about a lot of people did.
yeah, stuff like that, dude. Like, you're gonna, I don't disagree that when the next year or two, all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing nopales in like higher end restaurants that are making cuisine out of it, dude. It's gonna be the next trendy thing. Watch. And again,
Oh,
something that comes like for us, our background, like whatever, no big deal.
I'm a
Yeah.
beaner, bro. I'm a beaner straight up. Like I was not born
No,
in this I was not
Can't be
born in this
fooled.
fucking country. I am not even a first generation. I'm a negative generation. I
Negative.
love fucking nopales with fucking eggs. And then I love
Yes.
beans because I'm a fucking beaner. I'll throw some beans on that bitch. Throw some
I love
fucking
beans
hot
too.
salsa.
I love beans
Listen,
too.
bro,
I just
trust
don't
me.
do the nopales. Bro.
I'm a beaner.
Like cuando tiempo de cuaresma, bro, back in the day, living at my mom's, like
Yep.
era huevo con nopal, bro, and I was like, fuck, I don't like this shit, dude. My brother loved that shit, bro. Like that was his favorite. Like he'd eat my portions too, and I was like, mama, like hazme prime huevo y el puro pinche huevo, you know? Like I don't fucking like nopales, dude.
Dude,
Bro,
it's
for-
like
for
to,
me-
to,
for
to Hex
me-
point. Go for it, dude.
My bad. I was gonna say for me is the las tortas de camarón with nopales on them.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I was
That's
like, Mom,
awesome,
I can't
bro.
eat this. I can't eat this. Like,
I'm not a fan of tortas de camarón either.
it's
bro.
because
Oh,
I would get
bro,
home from
you guys
school.
are killing me.
I'm a
No,
chile
no, no.
relleno
Because
guy.
here's my
Oh,
thing.
Cuaresma
I,
chile
I,
relleno was the dish I love.
oh yeah, chile relleno is my favorite. That's one of my favorite dishes of all
No
time, bro.
diddy. No diddy.
Yeah,
Chile relleno, no
the
diddy.
those and chilaquiles, those are my favorite.
Oh yeah, of course, chilaquiles is a non.
I mean, that's a staple, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
But
That's
look,
that's funny.
there's just, well, I mean, look, even in our culture, there's just certain things like that are going to be divisive between even our own people. Like you guys saying that about nopales. To me, it's with mole, dude. Like everybody makes a big deal about mole.
Oh,
It's
see, I
something
love
they've gotten
mole.
No, dude,
I
that's a
don't like
negative,
mole.
ghostwriter. All right,
I
I
Lalo,
don't
love
there you go. See?
I don't like mole or pipián.
Nah,
no.
dude,
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm
But
not.
here's the thing, bro. I could appreciate a good mole, and I recognize that it's good. It's just not my cup of tea.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I could
it's
appreciate it
like,
too. Yeah,
And
especially
that's how I
the
feel
mole.
about nopales. Like I'm like they're good, but
Yeah.
it's like not like what I want.
Yeah.
And I've had some because my wife likes mole, and I've had some good mole, and she's like, "You gotta try this one." I try it, and it's it's very delicious. It's very good, but again, it's not. And then uses like authentic Mexican chocolate, like it's bomb, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not something I want.
Yeah.
I aspire
But
to.
you know
and
what
shit.
I realized about mole, and I don't know because my family's only from one part of Mexico. Like my dad and mom, they're from the same town. They grew up across the street from each other, so I don't get to explore different cuisines. Like it's a mismo pinche pueblo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is mole in all of Mexico always made with chicken?
no,
No.
I've only
No.
ever
Like-
had it with
The
chicken.
other day I was at the store and this lady was asking the butcher for a cut of meat, but she didn't speak English and he didn't speak Spanish. And I was just there. Me vieron, dijeron, de aquí soy.
Te vieron el nopal.
Oh,
Got that
she
nopal
knows
right
all
here.
the face, bro. So she's like, I appreciate that she asked. She was like, disculpa, habla español. Ah, well, yeah, what's up? ¿Qué ocupa, you know? See? So she tells me the cut of meat she's looking for. So I translate it over to the butcher.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, we got it. Actually, the butcher was my primo Johnny, Nitro Johnny. Fucking, he's a butcher.
That's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
I went to go pick up some ribs from him, and I was talking to him, and the lady came up trying to communicate. And so, anyways, she translates, and he goes and he gets her what she needs, and she goes like, "Oh, es que voy a hacer un mole," but I was like thrown back because it wasn't chicken, bro, and I was like, "Mole," and I was like, oh, "Okay, cool." Like I've always only known mole to be done with chicken, but that mole sounds good because I'm not a fan of chicken, bro. So what I was getting at, I think I don't like mole because the texture of the chicken with the sauce no me gusta.
Yeah.
If that chicken was deep fried and they threw the mole all over it, that's different, bro. I'd be like, hell yeah, some crunchiness with the sauce. It'd be like a big ass chicken wing.
So Lalo, what you need to eat is...
go get some Gus's and throw mole over it and let us know.
No. So what you need to do, Lalo, and you're not too far away. There's a couple of good places out in San Jose. What you need to eat is Japanese curry, because curry is, well, look, here's the thing. So mole is, I mean, for us, Mexican culture, it's mole. But then there's like curries, and curries around the world are the closest things that I've ever come to mole. And Japanese curry, it's the same thing. It's like a sauce that has a lot of spices, a lot of different ingredients. But what they do, they put it into a thinly, almost think of it almost like a chicken milanesa. Okay. And then they put the sauce over it. Bro, it's completely different. And like my sister, I took her to this place that used to exist out here in LA. It used to be called the Curry House. Amazing freaking Japanese curry. She's like, "You'll eat this, but you won't eat mole." I'm like, "Yup." She's like, "It's almost the same thing." I was like, "Yep, but I'll eat this." But yeah, try Japanese curry with the chicken katsu, dude. That hits different, bro.
You had me at chicken katsu, baby.
I want to go back. So your cousin is the butcher.
He's my wife's cousin, primo político.
And he don't speak Spanish?
No. So he understands it, but okay. Well, this is great that you asked that.
I was like, wait a minute, I caught that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That because we'll get into why we are who we are and how we are, like me.
Yeah.
Right. So we're five, the familia. My parents, tuvo cinco. I'm the middle child. My brother, the oldest, is 7 years older than me. I got a sister who's 6 years older than me. Then, so here I come. I got a younger brother who's 3 years younger than me, and the baby of the family, my sister, she's 7 or 10 years. 97. She's 10 years younger than me. So the kids were like this, bro. My parents had a kid in 1980, 81, 87, 90, 97. So there was a big gap from the baby to the. When my baby sister was born, my older brother was a senior in high school. So you know, there was a huge gap. But my oldest brother was born in the valley, San Fernando, because that's where my dad's brothers, when they left Mexico, llegaron ahí al Valle de San Fernando.
818, baby.
Yeah, and then for whatever fucking reason, bro, I don't know why, and I asked my mom, and she just doesn't give me a straight answer, or at least I don't think it's a straight answer.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, she went to Mexico to have my sister. Yes. That is all of us. And my sister growing up, like, dude, no sabes el pinche problema que me causaste trying to become a citizen. Like, why'd you do that? It usually works opposite, right? Ladies get pregnant and come here to have the baby. Now, my mom was already here, got pregnant, and then just before birth decided to fucking go to Mexico. And I always ask my mom, Mama, like, ¿por qué? And her answer has always been, y te digo, like, de chistosita, you know?
Yeah.
I think. She goes, es que quería tener una de mi patria, you know, I wanted to have one baby that was born in Mexico. And I'm like, pinche mamoncita, le digo a mi jefa, because, you know, I joke around with her like that. She doesn't take offense because of the tone it's mamoncita, jefa. But she's never given me a real answer, but that's the answer she gives me. So she had her, he said, atrajo chiquita, bro. She literally just went to have her and came back.
Yeah.
And she never went back, you know, she had me and then my brother and sister. So they were in the valley, not long, bro. I think they were only there 2 years. And then they moved they came up north because that's where my mom's family was at. So they were in the valley because that's where my dad's brothers were at. And my mom had zero family out there. All her family was here in San Jose. And well, I mean, those of you who are married and live with your wife, like, family is important, and tanto el hombre como la mujer needs to feel family with them, but sometimes como que la mujer se siente más sola, pues uno como hombre, pues fuck it, we'll follow your family.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at that time, she had a lot of family here actually. I think she had like 3 or 4 brothers and 2 or 3 sisters, and nobody in the valley. So my dad was like, happy wife, happy life. Fucking move up north. They came up north, and we never left. All of my mom's family left. My dad still teaches to this day, like, mira, te puse con la familia y nomás llegaste, te dejaron sola, They didn't want to be around you. But anyways, the reason my wife's cousin doesn't speak Spanish is he's a 2nd or 3rd generation Chicano already. Yes. So su papá su papá y su mamá, both of them were like 2nd generation Chicanos already. And from my experience, because I remember when I was young, when we moved into the house that we grew up in, our next door neighbors, they were like 3rd, 4th generation Chicanos already. The lady who lived there, her grandpa fought in World War II. Y era like,
oh dang,
Chicano,
Yeah.
And the mom did know Spanish, but she was straight up pocha, but she knew Spanish. And her kids, she had 2. Neither one of them really spoke Spanish. They understood a little bit, and I remember talking to her because I was like middle school, freshman in high school, and I talked to the lady, and I was like, dude, how come you never like taught them Spanish? And she was like, look, man, when I was growing up here, 70s, going to high school, like it wasn't like it is now. Like you got made fun of, and you get fucking beat up like if you talk Spanish. Like it was crazy like that, Like there was racism that they knew and they could identify. It's not hard to tell that you're not American born, like not American born, like Caucasian descent, and then you go speaking Spanish. So their parents try to shield them and protect them and didn't want them to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
And things change down the line, and I remember my neighbor saying like, well, now I regret that I didn't teach my kids Spanish, but what's done, Y el esposo, el primo de mi esposa, he's part of like, and he tells me all the time, like, God, primo, I wish I spoke Spanish. And he's like, I hate it because they look at me and they're like, what do you mean you don't speak Spanish? And he's like, they think I'm one of those who doesn't want to. Like, I'm ashamed. And he's like, I just don't know how to speak it. He's like, I understand a lot if you speak it slow enough. But when you start yapping away, it just, I don't know. And it was funny because and my older brother, he still forgets he doesn't speak Spanish. So whenever we're hanging out, my brother just starts yapping off. And John looks at me and he goes, let him talk, bro. And then
so do you teach Johnny? Like, are you trying to teach him so that he can at least kind of hang?
No, because I don't teach him any. I mean, actually, I guess that's a lie. I do teach him little things here and there because I also forget that he's not a Spanish speaker. And I do know he understands, so I just assume he understands everything. So sometimes I'm talking and I say a little shit, and then he kind of laughs and he goes, "Primo, what'd you just say?" And I was like,
"Run it back in English, please."
And then I just tell him what it was. Sometimes it's just one word that he doesn't understand.
Yeah,
so
and that can lose somebody because it's like then they'll focus on that one word and they won't listen to what else you're saying, and then it's like, lo pierdes,
Just yesterday we played around at Lagos and we were driving and going, and I forgot. It's funny, bro, because like you said, I said a lot of stuff in Spanish, and I said one word that threw him off, and then from there I lost him, and the word was bailando, and he was just like, yeah, and then he was like, wait, what does that mean, primo? And I was like, bailando, and I was like, bailar, and he's like, I know bailar. I'm like, it's the same word, just different tense, bro. And he's like, okay. So, but no, he wishes he can speak it, and he does understand, bro. And I think if he knows enough to kind of get by if he had to, but he's just like, man, like given where we live, where we grew up, he's like, I wish I knew it because he's like, I go to a lot of places and people just automatically assume I speak Spanish, but I don't, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And
well, we have a person. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, saying not his fault, bro. And I see like the internet, a lot of people like they like to make fun, and I get it. Sometimes it's not really not what they mean, but it's just easy to poke fun at stuff that's easy to make fun of. Like no sabo kids, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't hate on them. Like most, like if you're an Osavo kid, it's not by choice. Usually, it's just
Mm-hmm.
no te enseñaron, or the parents didn't feel the need or the importance of teaching you it, and it just goes by, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault, man.
Yeah. It's crazy because like I feel that those generations, like as they went across, like you said, there's the people who either their parents to protect them didn't want to teach them, or like they got embarrassed at school, somebody made fun of them or something like that, right? So like you have all these different ones, and like honestly, like I never really thought about it until I was an adult, but I was like really grateful for my dad, because my dad, so it's kind of funny, like my dad, my grandma took him, or she went to Mexico to have him.
Mhm.
And the reason she did it is because the Vietnam War was going on, and she was like, I don't
Drafted.
know how. Yeah, she was like, I don't know how long this is gonna go on. Like, I don't want him to be a citizen so that he can be drafted. So that was her reasoning behind it. Pero se lo trajo like bien joven, and so he grew up over here. He speaks perfect English. He actually got complimented on his English yesterday. It's so funny that we're bringing that up. Yeah, because he was literally like talking to una señora, like
Mhm.
boom, 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 like perfect Spanish. And then homie came over, white guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for this." Boom, boom. And he started breaking down like
Yeah,
irrigation.
yeah.
Y la señora was like, "Oh, whoa, like, hey, si, tú sí sabes inglés?" And, he's like, and like,
You're
you
not just
know,
you're not just making shit up.
you're just not making shit up, yeah. And so it's so funny. So my dad, he could have easily just said like, "Hey, we're in the U.S. We're just talking English," but he made it like a very adamant point from a young age to have me learn Spanish, me and my brother. Like I remember Saturday mornings, he had like this history book, de Mexico, and he
Mhm.
would make me read it.
Yeah,
Like he was like, you have to read like 5 pages and go through and read all this. And I was like, and I don't want to say I hated it as a kid, but as a kid, you want to go out and play, like I already went to school. I don't want to be doing a
yeah.
history lesson here in Spanish. Um, but now that I'm older and like, I don't know, he gave me
Speaking for
that
that.
sense of pride. He gave me that sense of pride in my culture
Mhm.
that because, and I kind of alluded to it earlier. I grew up on a ranch, bro. Like
Mhm.
with the workers and like so for me like when I say I'm Mexican, like I don't like using Chicano. I really don't like using Latino.
Mhm.
Um and that all just comes from me because like my dad like instilled that sense of pride. He's
Mhm.
like you're Mexican American. He's like you have all the benefits and and the prosperity of being in America. He goes, but your roots are Mexican.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he would tell me, he's like, look at all these guys working out here. They come out here for a better life. They come out here to work for their family. He goes, you come from that. Don't you ever forget it so that you can appreciate all the stuff that you do in the US. And so like for me, like when people were like, oh yeah, you're Chicano, you're Latino, you're this, I was like, no, I'm Mexican American, bro.
Yeah.
I have no shame in saying I'm Mexican American. But on the flip side of that, what we were talking about earlier, it was crazy because I would work on the ranch and then we would go to the store or something after the ranch.
Mhm.
Like all these guys, like they would work and they would go to their little shacks. Me, I would work with my dad, but I'm coming home to a nice suburban home. But when we go to the store, people don't see that. They just see me with like my dirty shirt and my dirty jeans. And I grew up with like that self of like, oh dude, like they just see me as a Mexican. Like I'm just like
Yeah, yeah.
so it was always like this weird, like I always lived like in this weird bubble of like like
Between
I'm
you're in the in between.
So like,
yeah, like
In
I was
between,
so
yeah.
proud, but yet I always felt like
like,
people were like looking at
Well,
me.
like
think about it, dude. There's
that's very
now
answer.
even. Oh, go for it, Lalo.
Go ahead, Raul. Dale. Dale,
Well,
voy
no,
a
I
dejar
was
que
gonna
lo
say.
Raúl.
Well, think about it, dude. That there's a whole now psychological mindset to that, and that's imposter syndrome. Imposter
Yes.
syndrome is
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that a lot of people didn't even think about it, and it's
I read a book
and
that mentioned that, and I'm proud of that just recently.
there you go, Lalo. Keep on
I,
reading, brother.
I call him Primo. He wrote that book, Carlos Quesada. Shout out Carlos Quesada. He was born
Okay.
in. I call him Primo. He's they're from the same town my family is,
Mhm.
and my one of my tios married his tia, and so we grew up seeing each other. So we always call each other Primo, you know. But yeah, he wrote a book just recently published it. I think it's called. Sorry, Primo. I don't remember the name, but I believe it's called "The Immigrant's Survival to the Silicon Valley" or something like that. Like it's
Oh, I think I just saw something about that.
Carlos Quesada wrote that book, and he talks. There's a whole chapter about that imposter syndrome, and I read it, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, dude, you're spot on, and that's awesome. I actually got to check that out.
I read a book and
Yeah, I want to read that.
Well, dude, that one kind of hits home close to home, Lalo. So I actually want to really check it out because look, I like at least my professional career has always been around the tech industry. Like it's always been either been the wireless industry, the cybersecurity industry, and that's what I kind of do. And I'd be interested to read that book just because I don't know the full details of what your cousin wrote, but that's a big thing, at least for me, where I've been around these boardroom meetings and these sales committees and stuff like that with tech companies where I was literally the only brown guy there.
Mhm.
So my aspect of this is a little bit different than Rouse per se, because like, I grew up in the San Fernando Valley, area that Lalo. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot of ranches out here, and I wasn't really doing any of that stuff. And I was almost seeing kind of like the opposite, where it's like, dude, I literally got called a coconut because I was like brown on the outside, white on the inside. Like, while other kids were doing stuff that would be traditional to them, like I was BMXing or I was skateboarding or I freaking played hockey. It's like, dude, what the hell's a brown kid doing playing hockey? But it was one of those things, like, I was a teenager, a lot of people, like, I listened to every type of music, but like a lot of people were just sitting like the infamous, the glorious year of 1994. While people, you weren't even born, Lalo.
Yeah, what, bro? 87.
87,
Well, you can
bro.
barely remember. I thought 97. Sorry, bro.
No, 87,
That's
bro.
his sister.
So think about it. Like in '94, everybody's like freaking listening to
Hasta recodo
Snoop or
pegando
Dre.
comanda, bro.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, I honestly, I learned how to appreciate that. But like to me, '94 to me was like I was listening to freaking Nine Inch Nails. Like I grew up kind of like in the alternative music scene or like freaking the rock scene. So that was the thing. Like I didn't really get exposed that much to that type because look, my parents are very mellow and chill. They weren't like, dude, put it this way. My mom's an only child.
Oh,
My dad has a couple brothers, had a couple brothers
sounds
out
like
here.
an anomaly, bro.
Yeah, so it was kind of strange. Dude, my dad, I mean, and I mean this with all due respect to my dad. My dad is a 2-beer drinker and that's it. Give him a third one and he's done for. So I didn't really grow up with the tradition, what people think of, traditional. Like I wasn't going to these parties or listening to like banda or any stuff like that. I was almost kind of sheltered in a way. It was kind of weird, and that's why I was a coconut, brown on the outside, white on the inside type of shit.
Yeah.
But it's all of us have a different perspective of how we grew up. At the end of the day, we're still, to Rao's point, Mexican roots are always there, but the way we kind of steer our lives in different parts, even of just California, you being up north, him being way down south, and me being in the LA area, it's completely freaking different for all three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like, and it really does depend on who your parents are and how they are, because not one person is exactly alike. Because it's funny, I was talking to my younger brother about this today because I mentioned it to him. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna be on the podcast with Salud Golferos later on today, and he was like stoked. He's like, oh fuck, can't wait. Like the first one was really dope. And they actually became avid listeners of you guys. So sometimes there's some episodes that I haven't listened to, and my brother Chuco, the older one, be like, hey dude, I heard he really loved the one with el compa with the cigar shop.
Oh, the Art of Cigar with Andy?
Yeah. So
Andy's dope, bro.
My brother Chuco was the one that told me, like, oh shit, have you listened to it? It's pretty dope. And I was like, dude, I haven't got to that one. So anyways, like they didn't listen, they weren't just like one and done because I was on there. Like they became listeners, which
thank you guys. Thank you.
So anyway, I was talking to my brother Javi about it, that we're gonna be on. He's like, what are you guys gonna talk about? And I was like, well, we don't really have like a full detailed plan, but the only thing I told him, like I told Ralph, like, well, I don't want to talk about Nueve or anything like that. Like, I've talked about it, and that's like there's so much we can talk about. And I just told him how we are, the conversation that came up was about like our upbringing, our culture, how it wasn't something, it was frowned upon, and now it seems like it's an
cool.
evolution, right? It's an evolution, because like I was saying, my neighbor back in the 70s, like, fuck no, do not speak Spanish. And then I was like, okay, go ahead, speak Spanish, but don't dabble with the culture schooling. And then now it's like, hell yeah. So then I told my brother, like, it's funny because us ourselves, my family, my direct immediate family, we're very different from all my primos.
Mm.
And the reason is because of my dad. My dad, he really. So my dad left Mexico at a very young age. He was one of the young. He was. I think they were 12, the familia, and he was one. He was the second youngest.
Mm-hmm.
So he left Mexico when he was 15, bro. The age of 15, fuck it, se fue. And it wasn't out of necessity, because I'm big on family, bro. Like I love my family, my mom, my dad. I embrace all my family that I keep in contact, and I try to keep in contact with everybody, bro. Because at the end of the day, that's all we have, bro. Yes, money, cars, whatever, but like fuck that. To me, it's all about family. The stories, the stories you hear and the things you learn from them. Like to me, that's just vale oro, bro. I love it. So I always talk to my pops, and whenever we're gathered with other uncles, I ask them as many questions as I can, bro. And obviously, that's something that comes with age, right? The older you get, you start to realize shit. I wish when I was younger and I still had certain family members alive, I wish I would have had that same eagerness to like ask them these questions. I didn't, pero pues ni pedo, el pasado, pues ya que chingados no le hacemos nada. But that helped me realize like, okay, you made that mistake in the past. Don't do that shit again. Let's keep it. And that's why you see I am with you guys on the group chat with people that I come in contact with. I make it an effort to like stay present in people's lives because I genuinely care. Like, what are you doing? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te va? Even if I never see them again the rest of my life, but social media has given us that ability to keep in touch. Like, okay, I might not see you, bro, but that doesn't mean I gotta fucking completely not know a goddamn thing. Like, I'm curious. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te va?
Yeah.
So I speak to my dad and I ask him all these questions and he tells us his stories. He left Mexico, like I said, at the age of 15. Se fue con dos sobrinos, actually. Because my dad was the youngest, one of the younger ones. He had older brothers that had kids that were around his age. So he came up, and I say this not out of necessity, because my dad tells me, like, dude, like, we weren't struggling in Mexico. Our family was in, but my dad had money. He's like, but I didn't like what my dad did for a living, and I didn't want to be a part of the family business. So my dad's dad tenía una cremería. Trabajaba todo producto, everything dairy, bro. Queso, requesón, mantequilla, cocoque, you name it, he did it. Él no tenía rancho, so he didn't have cattle, but he used to. My dad tells me stories. He would always send the younger kids to go and gather the milk y hacían los productos. And my dad was like, and my dad always had money, and we were okay. We weren't like rich, but we were okay. Teníamos casa and everything. But my dad's like, but in that business, like, it thrived during los tiempos de fiesta. So that meant that when it was fiestas, I couldn't be out there enjoying the Ferris wheel with other kids. I couldn't be doing all the fun shit because I was working. I was working the stand. I was working the store. So my dad's mentality was always like, la vida como en una tienda, un restaurante, sí deja, pero es mucho pinche encierro. I don't want that. Yeah. So my dad's like, fuck that. My dad had older brothers that were working construction in the valley. He said, puede, muy joven. So he was, I think, at 16, bro, like in the valley. My dad, he has like, my dad's family eran amantes, and I think most people back in the day, that shit got lost with us, but Polaroids and hella pictures and videos, just like, my dad has all these Polaroids of him when he was like 16, bro, and it's just fucking the wildest thing to see, bro, you know what I mean? But my dad arrived to LA, bro, at the age of 16, so he was fucking baby, bro. And his older brothers, well, yeah, they had a mentality de pueblo, de rancho, and they were fixed in that, but my dad was shaped and molded by where he was from. Like, my dad was into the bell bottoms. He used to wear the platforms. He had the bell bottoms. He had the bro. Like, my dad estaba al día con la melodía, you know what I mean? Like, really into the pop, the music. He was into disco. He liked disco. Like, when all that breakdance music came out, he had all the fucking vinyls. Like, my dad wasn't one of those guys that was like, oh, para mí más es José Prado Jiménez, or it's just this. Like, actually, that's my dad's least favorite genre. My dad will hardly ever put on Chente or José Prado. That doesn't mean he doesn't like him, but that's not his cup of tea.
Yeah.
So we were molded because when he had us, the kind of music my dad listened to was like fucking wide range, bro.
Yeah.
He had fucking Stevie Wonder. He had music from the 70s, both English and Spanish, just music that he remembers, and I think it just kind of takes him back to his youth,
Yeah.
So we were influenced by all that, and the funny thing is, like, my dad, the music growing up, my dad least played was norteñas and banda.
Dude, that's
And
the same thing here, Lalo.
And
That's the
what I
exact
fucking-
same thing.
And I love norteñas en banda, bro. But I also love all the other shit my dad listens to. My
Mm-hmm.
dad was big into like los Bukis, Grupo Miramar, que los Pasteles Negros, los Andis, los Humildes, like all that grupera shit, because that's when he was growing up, and that's what was fucking cracking, you know. But
Yeah.
I thank my dad for not being sheltered and thinking like this is, because we're from Jalisco, bro. So many, like when I go to some friend's house that they're from Jalisco, all they listen to is just Chente and Mariachi, bro. And I like it, bro, but I'm like, God, give this guy a rest. We have so many great artists in Mexico. Why are we only listening to this guy?
Yeah.
But that's where they're from, and that's what they listen to. My dad, and I think a lot of it has to do that he left Mexico at a young age, bro. So he was just influenced heavily by, once he got here, the shit he heard.
Spread out a little bit.
He got to spread out and branch out, and then
Yeah.
we're his kids, and we grew up with him and listening to what he listens and what he did. Like, it also helped us like evolve and it just expand our taste and just be open-minded to everything. You know, like my family, my daughter, my wife, they make fun of me because they're like, "What are you listening to?" And I'm like, "Dude, you got to be able to adapt, baby. Like, you can't just be on one thing." I told my daughter,
Yeah.
she's 13. She just turned 13, and sometimes I slap on some like old country music, like American. You know, dude,
Yeah.
country music is just like Mexican music.
Oh yeah.
It talks about heartbreak and just, you know,
Yeah.
pistear, heartbreak. And I was listening to some shit, drinking on a weekend, and my daughter's like just giggling in the back, like, "What the hell are you listening to that?" I'm like, "Dude, yeah, you gotta learn to adapt. Because llegar un día, or many times where you're gonna be someplace and they're not gonna play what you like or what you're used to. And you're gonna be bored out your mind." I said, "Why? Music is good, man. Like, learn to adapt. Like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, it might not be what you typically put on, but like, I could fuck with this. I vibe with this. Like, hell yeah. Like, you gotta learn to adapt wherever you're at." And that's kind of like the immigrant survival guide, right? I'm not an immigrant, but that's how immigrants survive, because they learn to adapt where they're at. And you have to.
I think it's good too because it's like gives you a chance to build a bridge. Like, so when I was in high school, I didn't like country. Yeah, it's really funny, Lalo. Like, our dads are very similar, but almost like on the opposite ends, and they keep crisscrossing. Because like my dad, he grew up on like hip hop and like oldies, and then as he got older, he was put in charge of the rancho because my grandma used to run it. And he got put in charge, and because of all the workers listening to Chente and all that, he got more into that. So like I grew up the same, where like I'm a little bit everywhere. But what I was saying about building a bridge, because like when I was 18, I didn't like country music. I was like, fuck country, dude. Like, this is so like cheesy. And then like I had a coach. He had to drive me to a game one time, and he goes, "Cachero, I don't care if you like hip hop or whatever it is." He goes, "You're in my car. We're listening to country." And so he threw on some Brad Paisley, and I started listening to it. Like, he's like, "Listen to this. This is good stuff." And so I started listening to it. Yeah, you gotta listen to it. And so I started listening to it, and I was like, "Yo, coach, I gotta mess with this. Like, this is cool." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "This is good stuff." So, you know, fast forward, I go off to Arizona to go to college. And I'm a Cali kid, dude. Like, I'm from San Diego. This is all surfer, you know, like laid back reggae stuff. And so I get out there to Arizona, and this is northern Arizona. It's all country, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they just listen to country out there. There's more country stations than anything else. And because he got me into country, I just started talking to people, and I was like, "Oh, hey, is this Brad Paisley?" And they're like, "Yeah, you like Brad Paisley?" And then so you start talking to them, and now it's not like we're butting heads, like, "Oh, I don't like your music, I don't like yours." But like, I just start talking. Next thing you know, we forget about the music, and we're just talking, like, we're talking about life. So like,
it's like a conversation starter, an icebreaker, sort of. Your way in.
Yeah.
People that you usually wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a great thing. Like, that you're teaching your daughter. Like, you gotta be open minded, and like,
I try
you ain't
to,
gotta.
as a father, all you can do is say what you feel they need to hear.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know how much gets retained and how much comes in one out the other. But based off my experience, I retain a lot of the stuff my parents told me. So I hope he does too, you know. But yeah, bro, like I did have.
We could only hope that they're listening and paying attention. You know?
Well, paying attention, that's the big one.
Just remember how much you paid attention.
Don't do all that shit. Yeah.
I didn't pay attention that much.
That's the thing you have to worry about. Apple
He
doesn't fall
did.
too far from the tree.
Yeah.
Bro, I did have like and this goes out to everybody listening, especially all of those that have like parents that are immigrants. Doesn't matter where from, bro. But like when you come
Yeah.
to a new country, like the fact if you're listening to this podcast wherever the fuck you're at, that means your parents did a pretty good job, man. I andan de vito y coleando, and you got, like I'm not sure how often we do it, if we do it at all. Like, take the time off to tell our parents thank you, man, because
Yeah.
what they've done for us, bro. How like fucking amazing, bro. Like I can't fathom the thought of fucking going to a new restaurant is scary for me. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, no sé si. Y el mismo puto restaurante, I never want to get a different place. Siempre quiero agarrar el mismo because I'm like, no, que estás haciendo.
Same, bro. Same.
Dude, and we can validate that because remember, Ralph, when we got into San Jose and we're like, oh, what are you gonna do for lunch? I'm like, hey, well, ask the homie. And that's before I met you, Lalo. And Ralph's like, hey, Lalo. And he's like, hey, where should we go eat? You're like, I don't know. I only eat Mexican in San Jose.
No, it's funny. It's funny you say it like that as an analogy to going to a new restaurant because, like my father is an immigrant, and he brought us with him. But the thought alone of going to a new country, let alone even going to a new state, which I've contemplated, going to a new state, moving out there, that's scary. Just going across the border of Arizona or even farther. That is fucking scary because for one, my son doesn't want to leave California. That's fine. That's fine. He's already grown. But then we have the roots here. Both my parents and my sisters here, and then her whole family. Well, not all of it. Her immediate whole family is here. All her brothers are here. Whether they're spread out across cities, but they're here. And then her mom is an hour away from us. The thought of her leaving the state and going to Texas, Kansas, wherever. Now the thought of going to another country where you don't even speak the tongue and you don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. Like that's the analogy of what you just said, I get scared going to a new restaurant. Going and saying I'm going to a new country and start a new fucking life, no matter what the fuck no matter what I do, I'm gonna start a new life. And honestly, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. You know what I mean? Like, Raul's doing okay. Fucking Mikey is second generation, but he's doing okay. His father did okay. You know what I mean? Like it's that drive, bro, that some people just says, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I don't know if it's a Mexican drive, but it's not generally just Mexican. I mean, you got Salvadorians.
It's an immigrant drive. It's an
immigrant
drive.
You got Salvadorians, Guatemalans, you got people doing it all the time. And it's like and they succeed, you know what I mean? They succeed, and it's just so that's a great analogy. And people don't think that, you trying out a new restaurant is scary to you.
Yeah.
But
bro.
trying out a whole new fucking life in a different country where you don't even speak the fucking language, that's a fucking different world. It's hard. That's insane. So I'm forever grateful to my parents. I am, no matter what, dysfunctional or not that we are. I'm grateful for them. I am. I am. I can't express how much I love them. Both of them. They, one or the other. Sometimes one will drive me nuts. Sometimes the other one will drive me even more crazy. But I still love them to death, dude. Like I have a great life because of the decision that they decided to do. Yeah. I'm not sure that I would. And don't get me wrong. My cousins in Mexico have a great life. They live a good life. They make great money. I can't speak for all of them, but they do. The majority of them have a great fucking life. One of my favorite cousins, well, one or two of my favorite cousins. Damn, I hope they don't watch this shit. They most of them speak English, and I'm gonna be burnt. So one of my cousins lives in Oregon. She's been working for a certain company, and the company transferred her to move to Oregon, from Guadalajara. She has a beautiful life out there with her kids. Her kids are learning English, they're fitting in. She came in legally. Her company took her in. My other cousin, he lives down there in Mexico, and he's an engineer, and he has a good life too. He has his family. Yeah. He's doing good. He's not it's not like a full suffering down there either. But for those people that don't have the means, their only option is to go north, and then let's see what happens. And that was the gamble that my parents took, and for me, it worked out. At least,
I don't really have any family left in Mexico, bro, because they weren't doing too well. They're just no había trabajo en el pueblo, so most of my I love going to Mexico, bro, but I don't have family out there. It's just, I mean, I have tios and tias.
Mhm.
And the reason I love going is because, like I said, bro, I love my family, bro, and nothing's guaranteed, and nobody knows what's gonna happen. So I tell my wife, like, I want to go, and I want my daughter to have as much time with her tios. Like, they're great tios, a great tia, like, because no sabemos, no sabemos, and because all my primos that are around my age, they all left Mexico when they were like 16, 17, bro, because they're like, fuck it, there's nothing to do here, there's no money, boom, vámonos, norte. So I used to go every December, bro. We used to go every year, bro, every fucking year, and like, we loved it, bro. I followed my dad to the end of the world, bro, like, and I remember, for the longest time, bro, even after we kind of started our families, like, we'd still fucking go with my dad, bro, like, the whole family, we take trips, bro. Todos, vámonos a México. We take off in my dad's Suburban, bro. Vámonos, 40-hour drive. Vámonos, cabrón. Llegábamos al pueblo, and I never put two in, like, I never thought about it because it was normal for me, bro. But I remember we used to, but ya cuando estaba, at least when I was 18, because in my house, the legal drinking age was 18. Like, that's what my dad
same rules. Same rules apply to my house.
Cuando tengas 18 y estés trabajando, fucking haz lo que tu chingada gana. Órale, I'm 18 and I'm working, boom, let's drink them. And my dad knew I was drinking before 18, bro. he saw the fridge go down, bro. He's like, wait a minute.
What?
But it was kind of like, well, touche, good one, son, good one. But at 18 was the age where my dad was like, all right, you're an adult. You're an adult, do what you want. But at the age of 18, finally, the first time, when I used to go to Mexico, bro, and like, before I was 18, hombre, bro, like 15, me ponía unas pinches pedas, bro, que llegaba a la casa todo pendejo, and like, the next day, I'm eating breakfast, bro, like, of course my dad knew I was fucking hungover, bro. My dad of all people knows. My dad knows what's up. And I'd be eating, bro, I remember that day, bro, like, one of the rare times that, because my dad, cuando está en México, my dad loves to drink, bro. He loves to party. He's still at, like, he's 65, I believe, but he's still the life of the party. Le gusta pistear y le gusta, obviously, pues ya no aguanta igual que antes, But still, bro, sometimes to this day, he'll surprise me, bro. Like, sometimes I go to sleep before him. It'll be 1:30, 2 o'clock, and he's still out there drinking and having a good time. Like, give my dad a kiss and a hug. Hey, I love you, Pops. Like, I'm checking
out. I guarantee you, because I do it now. I plan for that type of shit. Oh, we're hanging out on Saturday? All right. I'm going to have some good sleep on Thursday. I'm going to have some good sleep on Friday.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to overdo it on Saturday.
Dude, that's just because we're getting old, heck. Now we got
That's my point.
We got to
you got to prep for that.
That's my point. That's what I was telling you. I'm going to do a little cardio, get some naps.
No, bro, so
I'm going to be
up
late.
We were in Mexico, and I was 15, bro. And almost in December for Christmas and New Year's, and I was out there drinking with my cousin. At that time, my cousin hadn't left yet. I had one cousin who was 2 years older than me. We're out there drinking, and it's like we had a big ass family party for New Year's. And it's like, dude, I gotta be back with the family. Tenían conjunto y todo el pedo. And he's like, no, voy con los camaradas, vamos a pistear. And pues ya sabes, bro, tequila. Y pues llegué a la casa bien pedo, bro. And my dad didn't make a big scene about it. He was drunk, but I could tell he was upset. My mom, on the other hand, parece que, like, this is the absolute worst thing. And I'm like, Mom, relax. You fucking know I drink, dude. But
moms never take it good.
Of course, bro. So we get into the party, and my mom was like, vas a ver, cabroncito, le voy a decir a tu papá. And I was like, tomorrow we'll handle it. Like, we got a fucking group here. Let's fucking party. Yeah. I couldn't keep drinking at the party no more, but I had done enough drinking for the day. So my dad kind of didn't say much. He kind of looked at me, and it was kind of like one of those, like, entre mirada agreements, like, we're going to talk tomorrow. And I'm just dreading tomorrow, whatever. Tomorrow's tomorrow. And, I kept sneaking in the drinks here and there. So the next morning, but my dad's in Mexico, bro. Even though he drinks like crazy, he keeps a routine, bro. He's still up at 6 in the morning, showers, se va al mercado de su mercado. Llega, and like, he's in and out. You don't see him all fucking day.
Yep.
So I wake up for
He's
breakfast.
retired. He's retired?
He just retired last year, bro. And I was like, okay, my dad, he shouldn't be home. He usually eats breakfast super early and he fucking leaves, you know. I'll see him later on, and by then, ya se le pasó lo de anoche, you know. He forgot he was gonna have a talk with me because I was fucking. Bro, I show up and I get to the kitchen table and he's eating breakfast, bro. And it's not early, bro. It's like for my dad's standards, it's like 9 something. Now, mom made my favorite, dude, for breakfast, tocino con huevo. ¿Lo vas a comer? Sí, ma. Me sirve mi plato, you know, tocino con huevo, frijoles, mi quesito, ahí todo el pedo. And my dad's eating, bro. He's just looking at me. And I'm just like, eating. And then my dad's like, I was tomando noche, ¿verdad? I'm like, that's obvious, bro. I can't deny that shit. Yeah. Me tomé unas cuantas, jefe. Unas cuantas. I don't know, like 3 or 4. You know, tell him. Pues, oye, por eso andas bien crudo, ¿verdad? Like, he just knows the way I'm chewing. He knows I'm fucking suffering, dude.
Probably smelling you.
Yeah, dude, you're sweating it out.
Alcohol
coming out
pouring
of
out
your
of the
fucking
pores.
Yeah,
I
bro.
remember I'm just like, opa, no estoy crudo. Like, just like offended, you know? And he's like,
So drunk, that's why.
He's like, vas a ver, cabroncito, like, sigue tomando. And I was like, 3, 4 para New Year's Eve. And then this is like the part of me is kind of a dickhead, bro. I was always the rebellious one in the family. Like, my older brother would really never dare say anything back to my dad or the younger one, you know. And he's like, ¿vas a seguir tomando? Porque we'll pack up our shit, nos vamos ya ahorita. Nos vamos. And at that point, I was like, you know, I'm feeling a little ballsy. I'm still hungover. Fuck this shit. And I remember the Niners played a Saturday game that day, bro, and it was like Wednesday. So I told my dad, pues si nos vamos a ir, vámonos ahorita, que no, para llegar para el sábado para el partido de los Niners.
Bro.
My dad looked at me and was like, fuck this. He just left, bro. He didn't say shit, bro. So after that, I was like, I'm going to get fucked up the rest of the trip. We're not leaving. My dad's going to be bluffing me all day. Like, what's he going to do, bro? Beat his 16-year-old son? Like, there comes a point in time where, like, ya no le das nalgadas a tu niño, you know, porque ya, cabrón no entendió. So, I remember he was done with his meal, so he left. And my mom was like pissed at me for saying that shit to my dad. But I was like, pues que no, pues no amenazando, you know, we're gonna leave this doing now because fucking time is money and I got a game to watch. Being fucking smart ass 15-year-old, you know. But
oh man.
Like, but when I grew up like with my pops, I respect them, bro, and I've never like that's probably some of the most out of pocket shit I said to him, you know. And it was just like a smart ass remark, you know, because I was like, dude, I see how much fun you're having out here, Dad. You're not gonna leave because your stupid ass son got drunk on New Year's. You could have stayed. But I get that he had a. Porque mi jefa, I'm sure que le estaba chingue, you know, like, dile algo porque va a seguir tomando este cabroncito. But it's like, come on, mom, I'm your son, mom. You know what I am. Tú me hiciste, you know. So let's fucking go. But no, bro. Like, my dad loves to party, bro. Growing up, our parents' house was like.
No, you should have been. You should have been more like.
Hub, bro.
You know who you had a son with.
Bro, like
the apple didn't fall far from the tree and shit.
Yeah.
My parents' house was like the party hub, bro. Because at that time when I was younger, at that time my mom still had a lot of her siblings living in San Jose. My mom and dad were the only ones that lived in a house. Rentaban casa. The rest of my mom's siblings, they lived in apartments. So whenever there was a family birthday party, primera comunión, que bautizo, my dad even hosted like 2 quinceañeras in his house.
Oh, dang.
They would
Era salón.
Yeah, they would reach out to my mom and dad like, hey, man, can we use your house for the party? It was either like un parque o la casa, and my dad was all for it too, you know, like, yeah, fuck it, aquí. So esa casa en la Bermuda is the name of the street, bro. La casa en la Bermuda, like, it's so famous in the family, bro, because like so many cousins had birthday parties, like I said, bautizo, una couple quinceañeras, and it was your typical, like, bro, it was beautiful, bro. Like, hasta las 3, 4, 5 de la mañana llegaban. It's a small house, bro. Small ass house. Llegabas, the little coffee table, la sacaban para afuera, la salita, todos bailando, los tíos, bro, como, haz de cuenta que era un salón. And it's cool, bro, because my dad has all the VHS tapes of it. You see the tias with like the 2-year-old dormidas just fucking walking. Like,
yeah.
You see kids sleeping on the chairs under the tables, and it was just, you know, at my dad.
I miss that, bro. I miss that.
My tios were like in their late 20s, early 30s, bro. Like, and they were in their prime, bro. They were living life. Y los otros, los morrillos, pues haciendo un pinche desmadre in la backyard, front yard. And I'm very fortunate that I got to live that. I was young, not like my, I was like, my earliest memories of those parties was like 5, and it continued forever, bro. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, until my mom's siblings all moved.
Yeah.
But like it was good, bro. It was. I liked it, bro. That's the only way that's what was normal to me. Like every weekend party with the family. Yes, there was drinking. Siempre había carne asada. Lo que era viernes, sábado y domingo era una pinche carne asada que se juntaban los tíos y ponían la carne. Like it was, bro. We lived it, and it was a beautiful upbringing, bro. And I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world, man. Like,
yeah,
there's other things that we might have missed out on, but like those memories of being with our parents and my cousins more than anything, like it's fucking dope, bro. And I feel ashamed that I can't give that to my daughter because I only have one kid, bro. I don't have, so that alone, she's the only child. She doesn't have as many cousins like the one like I had, and like all that. I'm just like, God, man, like I had a really awesome childhood, and I can't give her the one I experienced. But obviously, like through everyone's lens, shit is different, What was awesome to me maybe wouldn't be awesome to her. She'd be like, dude, it's 2 a.m. Can we fucking go home already? And I'm like, no, go play hide and seek like a normal 7-year-old. That was normal to me.
Yeah. No, that's dope, bro. I have similar memories, and it's like Raul can attest to it, man. Like my cousins and I, we're super close. Like we're all super close. I'm like, shoot, man, it's carried over into adulthood now. We just take the party now to a winery, to a brewery, to Vegas, and like we just mob deep. That's man, those memories.
I still can't do wine. Excuse me, I'm gonna get another beer, bro. I'm really
I can't do wine. Let me get a beer.
We went to a winery this past weekend, bro. I had my prima come down from LA.
Oh yeah. Hex, you're on mute, by the way. I saw Hex was trying to talk right now. Hex is on mute.
Oh shit.
Sorry, my bad. I just noticed I was on mute because I want to go take a piss, and I didn't want you guys to hear it. But what I was gonna say
this is why we love having you, Hex. This is why we love having you on here.
Why don't you have a fucking cooler right next to you and shit, full of ice and beer?
It's que aquí está my fridge, bro. It's literally like just.
Oh, it's right in front of you.
Yeah, he's got the bottle opener right behind him.
No, yeah, but see, I didn't know that I thought it was gonna be a longer transition, like me going to take a piss type of shit. And no, but he was back real quick, yeah.
No, bro.
What is that? Budweiser?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. You love Budweiser, yeah.
Yeah, that's his brand. That's his brand, bro.
You and my boss would fucking enjoy each other because you motherfuckers love drinking Budweiser. Not that I have a problem with it. It's just not my thing.
Not your cup of tea.
You know what it is, bro? It's like food and drinks and everything. They're like memories, bro. They're attached to memories, right? Like
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Mi jefe y sus hermanos eran todos cementeros, albañiles. Yes, this was la fucking chela del albañil. So my dad, when I was growing up, this was the beer that was in the fridge. Always. There was only Budweiser. Nothing else. So whenever I'd fucking sneak them in, at the age of 7, 8, 9, and 10, this is what I was sneaking in, bro. And I grew very fond of the taste. And it's funny because my dad stopped drinking a long time ago. For a while, he drinks now. he jumped back on. But he stopped drinking, and he'd stay completely sober from January to December. Y cuando llegábamos a diciembre for a month,
it's party time.
Agarré porque era una pinche peda for like a month straight, bro. Like, bro, he'd become unhinged, bro. He's fucking wild. I'm like, God damn, how can you drink so much? But I'm like, hey, this is his time, because when she gets back to, like, that's it. And bro, like that, cold turkey, llegaba aquí,
back to work, back to normal life, yeah.
Yeah, he stopped. No way. He stopped because of health issues, bro. He got gout pretty bad, and it was really affecting him really bad.
Alcohol's a trigger for gout.
Yeah.
So
it's more specifically beer. Beer.
So beer, because my dad doesn't drink hard liquor, but it was beer and all the red meat my dad used to consume.
Yep.
And my dad, I love my dad. He's a great guy, but fuck, he was an alcoholic, bro. He used to drink a lot. Like, but I mean, he was a high functioning alcoholic, bro. Mi jefe era los que se chingaba at least a 20-pack of Budweiser's daily.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, that was his easy day, because on the weekends, that's a different story. He was drinking
That's
at 8 in the morning all the way through. But, bro, trabajaba. He was the foreman, superintendent.
Yeah.
Side job, Saturday. He worked 7 days a week. Like,
Right.
He was on it, bro. But
Hey, Raul, I think my dad and Lalo's dad need to meet.
Yeah, I concur with that one.
We need to make this happen.
Honestly, my dad before he stopped drinking, he would have been cool with your father, because my dad Monday through Friday he would do about 20 beers a day, and then the weekends would just be fucking a blank. You can't keep count.
Exactly, bro. But
for listeners and people watching, we are not encouraging alcoholism. It's just that this is the Mexican thing, man. The old cats, they could pound the beers, pound the tequila, and still be up at 5 a.m. for work.
I'm telling you,
you guys aren't made for this.
No, but it's not. It's
not a Mexican thing. It's not.
It's not.
A social thing. It's
that's what I was gonna say.
Economic class thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Thank you for saying. Yeah,
Exactly.
thank you for explaining that, because I I have a coworker, and he's not Hispanic. He's not even white, and he was telling me stories about this, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, like swear to God, cross the other pond, but he because he was he's Filipino, and he was telling me these stories, and I was like, what the fuck? That's pretty much the same shit. This is kind of like the same upbringing. And then I got a Guatemalan friend, and he tells me the same motherfucking stories about his parents and shit. Well, I guess it is a social and an economical thing. It is. It doesn't matter where the fuck you from, because you damn well know Russians do that shit all the motherfucking time.
Oh
God,
yeah,
dude.
There's certain aspects of your day to day that like
and
like,
I'm
sure down south, bro. Los güeritos, bro, quote unquote, what they call rednecks. It's like rednecks are just like paisas, bro. We're the same shit. Like it's like a redneck, like you get looked down upon by like upper class, just the way we get looked upon by, because it's not necessarily where you're from, it's how you live according to them.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's very much social. That if you're having a good time with friends and your friends tend to drink, there's a likely chance that you're going to be drinking too. And the more drinks you have, or the more alcohol in your system, the more fun you feel like you're having, and it just keeps going and going and going, and it's repetitive. It's addicting. You want to keep having the same fucking fun, whether the alcohol is there or not. The alcohol is just something that is there for us to intake and drink. Because let's be real, you're not gonna be drinking fucking Gatorade and having the same fucking fun. It's not. You mentally mellow out with alcohol. That's what it's there for. It's an inhibitor, and it makes you have fun. It makes you feel good and have fun, and you open up, talk about shit. I mean, just when we're on the golf course, right, guys? Let's be real. We're on the golf course. I know fucking, we've been clowned. Well, not clowned. We've been laughed about because we open up IPAs and it's 6 in the fucking morning. But
breakfast of champions, bro. Breakfast of champions. What are you talking about?
But I mean, who the fuck are you to judge us? Like, we're having fun.
Yeah,
dude. But I think one of the things that and kind of going back to where we started with this, it's like we got to be grateful for where our parents came from, our grandparents in some cases, like my grandmother, having my mom out here and stuff like that. It's how do we become better? And it's the same thing, kind of like what you talked about earlier, Lalo, where it's like you're trying to entice your daughter to be a little bit more open-minded. It's one of those things too, man, where even the way we drink has now become something that we can do better. Like, the example, like Lalo, you're talking about your dad drinking a 20-pack and a 24-pack. Like, Hex, this is an argument you and I have had. Yeah, go drink your 24-pack, or I can have a 4-pack of IPAs and I'm feeling as good as that 24-pack type of thing.
Exactly.
Where how do we become better, and how do we also not be codependent on it? The stuff that you just mentioned,
we
Hex.
drink IPAs to get fucked up faster and not fucking drink 20 of them and shit.
I mean,
We're
we also
getting
learn how
better
to
at this
moderate. We
shit.
need to be
We're
efficient.
getting better at this shit. We're more efficient.
We're also learning how to freaking.
Getting better, bro.
We're also learning how to freaking enjoy it in a fucking timely manner. It's like don't fucking ground and pound type of shit. It's like, hey, have a good time. A couple beers ain't gonna hurt you.
Like, here's the thing, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, like people see me. I had a tall can. I crack open a second one, but I swear, bro, if I buy a 12 pack, a veces dura hasta un mes en el fridge. No me lo acabo. I don't really drink much. Like during, right now, I'm with the boys. Right now, it's like if I had my boys over in live, like, yeah, that's it's social gathering, like you drinking, social live, motherfucker. But none of you guys are drinking. That kind of sucks. But anyways.
Hey, dude, ranch water in here, dude.
Bro, did you not see me pour this bitch like 6 times already?
No, my bad.
Hex always brings a bottle.
Is that?
Espolón?
Espolón, right? Con el gallo?
Yeah, Espolón.
Yeah.
Calaveras? Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hex.
Yeah, Espolón.
I'm the only one dry today.
But so I don't normally really drink during the week, or sometimes like even in the weekends either. It's one of those things where like I gotta be in the mood to want to drink.
Bro, calm down.
Like
get yourself a drink, you pussy.
Nah.
Dude, but you're spot on with that, Lalo. It's like that's where we also kind of evolve. Like, dude, I think I'm more aligned with you. Sometimes like,
and not
freaking buy a 12 pack of beer.
Not everyone gets there.
No,
okay. I'm not judging either.
Never. I mean, like, look, there is such thing as an alcoholic, Gene, and I know that firsthand because I've seen it. But look, man, it's like also, how do you try?
Yeah, bitch, I'm right here, asshole.
No, bitch. Well, no, look, yeah,
I hear you.
You've seen the fucking alcoholic, Gene, but luckily you know how to fucking control it in your fucking head, dude. Because look, if you want to use a term that Lalo used, you at least you're a productive drunk or an efficient drunk.
Yeah.
Es que el pedo, like, there was a time when, like, I don't know what it is, bro, but son las crudas, bro. Dijo Antonio Aguilar, si borracho te ofendí, en la cruda me sales debiendo. Like, it comes to a point, I think, where everybody, eventually, you get that one hangover, bro, where you're just like, I will never get drunk again.
Well, here's the thing.
I think we've all said that at least once.
Yeah, it was like,
that's a lie because you're gonna do it. But
and I've said it before too. I've said it, but then you go into the science of it. And what is a headache? A headache is the fact that your brain is dehydrated. You have no fucking liquid in there. So the amount of alcohol you're taking, equal it out with water, and you'll never have a fucking headache. I haven't had a hangover.
Hector's gonna fucking turn me into an alcoholic again.
I have not had a hangover. I'm not gonna lie, I have not had a hangover in a fucking decade. Why? Because I stopped drinking sugary drinks. Like I literally that was one thing, and that's one thing. Back when I was younger, I would drink and I would drink a fucking Monster to wake me up and shit, or drink a Red Bull and shit, and then I wake up with the massive fucking headache. Yeah, I would. Well, so I would wake up. Even then, that would only keep you up, but you would wake up with the fucking headache no matter what. When I stopped drinking sugary drinks and I got into water, and I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna drink my water, I'm gonna drink my alcohol, and so then I started keeping a balance between both of them.
I can't do that shit, bro. People who
I drink a lot of water, dog. I drink like honestly, like when I travel. Okay, so for every day that I travel, so I know I'm traveling. Like for example, on Monday I was up Central Coast, California. I was in Paso Robles. On Monday, Tuesday, I flew out Wednesday, so I was gonna be there 2 nights. I picked up 2-gallon, those Glacier bottles from the store, because I drink that much water. I'm here. I flew in on Wednesday. I'm here Thursday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I picked up another 2 fucking Glacier bottles, and I just fill them up. Drink it all fucking day, and then I start drinking. Obviously, I'll have my cup. I go to, especially when I'm with my boss, man. We drink a lot. So then I gotta be up at fucking. So I had to be up today at 7 a.m. That's 5 a.m. West Coast time. I'm not in. Like it just fucks the times fucking. So I didn't wake up with a headache. I was able to get to the meeting at 8 a.m. We did a walkthrough. It took about 3-4 hours. Then we did another fucking meeting, and then I had a Zoom call. And I was able to be good. I have my. You just gotta be able to know how to do it. you know, and if you're just gonna pound to pound, yeah, prepare yourself for the fucking consequences. It's gonna happen. It's gonna hurt. It's
You
gonna fucking hurt.
irresponsible
Life
drinker.
lessons by Hex.
It's gonna hurt. But if you could follow some, you know, some specific rules, you could avoid these fucking hangovers and enjoy yourself a drink, which is what I do every fucking night. You know, like,
No, but what I'm getting, I guess that makes sense, bro. I can't do that. But like I was telling you, Raul, like cuando tengo ganas de tomar, voy a tomar, bro. And
Yeah.
there's nothing that's gonna stop me or
Yeah.
deter me from that point. And I can't dictate what it takes for me to get that in that mood.
Mhm.
Because there's times where like I'm at a party, bro, and I'm like, fuck yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun time with the primos, da-da-da. And then I go and I have 2-3 beers, and then I'm like, I'm not feeling it anymore. I still
Yeah.
have a great time because I'm not the kind of guy that needs alcohol to have a good time, bro. There's
Mhm.
been parties
Okay.
where people who don't know me think I'm drunk,
yeah,
and I'm like, bro, I haven't had a fucking sip of alcohol. I'm just having a good time. I don't need it. I
Yeah.
drink it because me gusta and I'm in the mood for it. And
Right.
vice versa. There's times where I'm like, I'll be with my wife and it's like we're gonna go somewhere, and she's like, "Should we Uber? You planning on driving, drinking?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not in the mood to drink. I'm gonna just chill." Guess what? I get there and all of a sudden
It's
I
party
get in the
time.
mood, bro. Yeah. And it's like, sorry, babe.
there has to
either
be
you
a
stop
trigger.
drinking or we're gonna Uber.
There has to be a
So-
trigger. There has to be a trigger there somewhere, though.
So for
There
So
has to be a
so
trigger.
Hex, you bring up something that also came up in the group chat this week. So we were talking about beers on the golf course, and Lalo was saying that when he hits the golf course, empieza, he starts drinking. So
Yeah.
is there something there? Like as soon as you start playing golf, it makes you thirsty or what?
For me?
No, Lalo in this case, because
Oh, for Lalo.
yeah,
Lalo.
we'll all answer, but like Lalo
So
was saying that when he plays,
I'm
he's
gonna-
got to drink.
I didn't say I gotta drink.
No, my bad.
gonna-
My bad.
Words in his mouth,
Wrong.
dude.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah,
elaborate on it. So
yeah.
we were talking about the best kind of beers,
yeah.
and people brought up airport beer, like one of the best beers. Like tasting the satisfaction of an airport beer.
Yeah.
For me, it's not there because I don't travel much, and the few times I do travel, sometimes it's super early in the morning, and the bar it's closed because they don't fucking serve alcohol that early. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
I thought was bullshit. I'm like, dude, airports
Where-
should not.
Where are you traveling from, bro? Because LAX is open 24/7.
No. The bar inside of there.
The bar is open
Bar's
24/7 at
open,
LAX.
yeah.
No, bro.
Yeah.
So just this past December, I flew to Mexico, and our flight salía a las 6:30 de la mañana. So after we get checked in and we go, we're sitting, and I'm literally right in front of fucking a cantinita, bro.
Yeah.
And they weren't even open yet, bro. Pero llegaron las trabajadoras. I think our flight left at 6:30, and the workers showed up like at 5:45, and I go up and they're like, "Oh, we open at 6." I sat my ass back down, patiently, like, all right. Give these chicks fucking 15 minutes to open up. They open up, bro. And we're sitting right across from this little cantinita, bro. And I tell my wife, I'll be back, I'm gonna get a drink. And she's like, yeah,
Vacation mode. Come on, you got
Yeah,
it.
come on.
vacation
You're on
mode,
vacation. You're on
It's 8 o'clock
vacation.
in
You're on
Mexico,
vacation.
if that makes it any
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So I go, I sit up, bro, bien chingonzote. Y le pido. No le pedí, güey. Le pedí a mixed drink de tequila, which is weird because I don't really drink tequila porque pone bien pendejo. And she's like, oh, sorry. She goes like, sorry, the bar's closed right now. And I'm like, what?
What? Where?
Yeah.
Where did you fly? Wait, did you fly out of LAX?
No, in San Jose, where I'm from.
San Jose.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what. Yeah.
Dude,
So I'm
you
like,
guys
what
might
the-
you guys might have some different laws in the freaking airport because I same thing with Hex, like LAX.
Well, no,
and
it's
I'm
just,
not trying.
it's just a smaller airport. That's all.
Yeah, it's a
It
smaller
is.
They're not
airport.
gonna put up
No,
staff.
dude, San Jose is a freaking international airport because I've flown in and out of
No,
it.
it
So
is,
like,
the airport. But I was just like, what the fuck? And I remember I texted like some of my buddies. I have a group chat with buddies and my brothers, and they get up for work, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? They didn't sell me alcohol. Like, and they're like, yeah, bro, it's a certain time, and they cut it off. And I'm like, bro, this is bullshit. Like, I feel like they should, it should be like Vegas rules here, 24 hours. Cálale, cabrón. Like,
Yeah, but
like,
I guess
Because
I kinda-
the law is from 2 a.m. to 6.
No,
alcohol
but
sugar.
it's beyond that because airports are international.
Well, that's what I was gonna
They're
say. The
not,
airports
they're
are
not
different, so
yeah, they're different. The problem is that the size of the airport warrants the amount of staff you have. So if you can't have somebody who's of 18 years of age or
They
who
did. She
could
was like
serve
fucking
out.
50.
Yeah,
Well,
just something
I
was
mean,
funny there, dude. Because
yeah.
No,
I
but
don't
you
want
know
to sound
what?
like a bougie dick, but dude, when I fly, I go to the fucking lounge and I'll go have a fucking Bloody Mary or something or Bloody
You bougie
Maria.
motherfucker.
Bro,
Hey,
like,
A
so they, and apparently that's like in San Jose, I
lounge.
guess. That's
hey,
on.
fuck
You
yeah, dude.
fucking you fucking Mexican in the
Hey,
lounge.
hey, I'm
Captain's
fucking sorry,
lounge.
dude.
imposter syndrome. No, it's okay.
Hey, dude, I'm fucking sorry. I spent so much fucking money on that card. I might as well get all the fucking free drinks I can out of
Look at
American
Raul,
Express,
listen,
dude.
andaba lambeando.
Raul,
Hey.
Raul, bro, you know goddamn well I'm in that fucking lounge.
I know. I was
Whether
like,
it's
Hex probably
if
has
it's
more
Delta,
points than anybody
whether
in this.
I will fight for
whether it's
those
Delta
fucking free drinks.
whether it's Delta or American, I'm in that motherfucking lounge and shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't travel enough, and when I do, I leave early, and they don't sell me fucking alcohol or beer. So to me, the airport beer is not a good beer because it doesn't
Not a
exist.
good beer.
You feel me?
No.
So
Yeah.
I can't relate.
You know what's the worst beer? And I learned this week. I decided to have a fucking beer on a plane. For anybody who's listening, or whoever's listening to us, don't ever have a fucking beer on a plane. This beer hasn't moved for like months. It's spent. It's shaken. It's horrible. I literally wanted to go grab my fucking carry-on so I could pull out my toothpaste and brush my teeth. It was fucking disgusting. I really hated that I paid it $8 for that fucking beer. It was disgusting.
You
didn't
have
ask
to
for a
go.
new one?
Huh?
Dude, they're
You
all
didn't
the
ask for a
same,
new
bro.
one or something? Like, no, but like you should have
No,
been like,
no,
yo, this tastes
no.
nasty. Let me get something else.
You gotta
Okay,
get mixed
so-
drinks on the plane.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
get
was
liquor.
like, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
1 o'clock in the afternoon. I wasn't gonna ask for some whiskey and shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
now-
do.
now
What-
you're-
what-
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, now you have time to drink whiskey, fool.
Yeah.
No. It's not that. Here's the thing. I had a 3 o'clock. I was flying in and I had a 3 o'clock meeting. I'm not gonna do that shit.
That's when you ask for the fucking whiskey soda, fool.
Yeah.
You don't drink it straight.
Yeah,
Dilute it a
so-
little bit.
I
So
just
for
took my
me-
losses,
For
and
me,
I
the
said I'd
airport
never do it
soda.
again.
I mean, the airport beer is not good because I have a bad experience with airport beer or alcohol. You know what I mean?
I mean,
All
look,
right.
I've had
but-
good experiences, but it's
yeah.
not the best. I don't think
Yeah,
that's
but-
the best.
Well, I mean, but
I've
I
never
can see for
had
some
a-
people how it is because I some of my friends say the same thing, bro. Like, I'll be in our group chat and they'll send a picture where they're like, I could tell they're at the airport and they're like, dude, airport beer is like. But obviously it's to the psyche, right? You know you're.
I've
going on
never had that
vacation,
experience
so-
though. I drink beer all the fucking time.
No.
In fact, tomorrow my flight is at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna drink some fucking beer while I'm at the fucking airport. Cause I got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm gonna roll up like at noon, just fucking pound away and shit, get
As you
toasty
should.
so I can fall asleep.
As
But
you
I'm
should.
saying I've never had a bad experience with beer at all. Like I've never had that except for the fucking plane. That was probably the worst beer I've ever had in my life. I'm telling you, bro. I was like fucking trying to brush my teeth, chewing gum. Like it just fucked me up.
I would have just asked for the little crackers. So the airport beer was one of them, and then the other one, everybody in the group, or not everybody, but a lot of people in the group chat were like, "Oh, the 19th hole beer is like
Yeah.
fucking chef's."
So-
Oh, it is. We have it all
and
the
I
time.
said,
Or cocktail.
but we
Doesn't
have
necessarily
it
have
at
to be
the
a beer.
yeah,
It could be a
but we have the second hole beer, the third hole beer, the ninth hole beer. So it's like
By the
they-
time it's
I-
the 19th, it's water. It's
look,
water.
I will tell you this: it's the 19th hole is not just about the beer; it's about the group of guys you're with or a group of people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we've
agree.
had
I agree.
females
Yeah.
in that. I think that's just that. It's the camaraderie, the conversation, the shit talking, the money being transferred hands. I think it's just the ambiance of
Yeah.
the 19th hole with your favorite drink.
Do you
That's
not
really
gamble
about it,
when
yeah.
you play Lalo?
No.
No? Oh. We're
Oh,
degenerate.
dude,
oh,
you-
hey, by the way, Raul, I owe you
Yeah,
money.
every
I
once
lost-
in a while, bro.
I lost the hole and I lost the round. So text me and I'll forward it over because I lost money. this week.
I'll send you the tab. So
Oh, Lalo, you
what
would have
you're
laughed at
saying-
me.
What you're saying, Raul, like what I guess the reason why I said this, and I said, guys, to me the 19th hole beer is overrated because I usually pay tápate los oídos. Termino bien pendejo, bro, and I'm just like, I just want to go home already. Like, somebody take me home already. Like, I've had enough. I've had enough of this place. I want to go home. And I'll continue drinking at the house, but, like, not here. But, no, you're definitely right, bro. Like it's the camaraderie. Like, just not for my birthday, I went up to Yuba City, 2.5 hours north from here, like 45 miles north of Sacramento. And I have a lot of family up there, bro. For my birthday, I told my primos, hey, I want to go play around with you guys, set up some tea times. And it was cool, man. We got 3 tea times or 4 of them, something like that. And me puse hasta el fundido, bro. Like, it was bad, bro. It was, me llevé 2 botellas de Bucana, the pineapple Bucana.
Oh, you love that sugar booger.
Bro.
That's tough.
I think I took one to the dome by myself, bro. And the other one.
God
my
damn, bro.
That's so much sugar, bro.
Me puse bien pendejo, bro. But it was that shit's tasty, bro. Like, it goes down.
I know it is.
And then aparte de eso, toda la cerveza, and then we finished the round, and then we all gathered in the parking lot, and we kept drinking, porque teníamos hileras, you know. So, like, yeah, that 19-hole beer was amazing because we were just fucking talking about round. Hey, how'd you fucking shoot? How about this hole? Que that dog leg right? Que valí verga, me fui para la izquierda. Like, all that shit, bro. Like, yes, that was dope. But could I have done without it and just gone back and skipped that 50 minutes of my life to keep me alive a little bit longer? I could have done without it, bro. We could have just gone back to my primo's house and started hanging out there.
Let's be real.
Funny because my wife showed me video. I was like, look it. Así terminaste.
Oh, you got one of them wives? You got one of them wives?
Like, no.
Hey, does she record you at night snoring when you're drunk?
No.
What the fuck?
No.
Sylvia putting you on the gram, Hex?
Look. You should probably slow down on your drinking.
No.
You're snoring so bad. Look.
She'll be like, mira,
oh, man.
And I'm like,
oh, shit.
Should have told me something, babe. I would have gone up and gone to the living room. Like, I don't
No,
know.
exactly. But that was my point, Lalo. Why? Okay, wake me up.
That's me saying that shit 2 days later, bro. There's no way I'm getting fucking up in the middle of the night. I'm saying that shit night. Like, I'm not getting the fuck up, bro.
No, I'll get up. I'll
be
go
like,
to the fucking living room.
I'm good.
No, I'll get up. I don't care. I'm being an asshole, so
they haven't tried waking me up, bro. So of course, I say, it's easy to say it, you know.
Oh, so then it's their fault then. It's her fault.
It's her fault for not waking you up.
It's her fault.
Well, that's how I feel. You know?
Hey, let's not start any freaking arguments that Lalo's gonna have to be worried about once this goes
It's
live.
not like our wives.
Does your wife listen to this? Is she gonna be tuning into the episode?
Not if I don't share it.
Oh, all right.
No, she does. She does, bro. She tunes in and she tells me what she thought about it, and she kind of coaches me through it. Where she thought I did well, where she thought things I fucked up. And
Yeah, valió madre.
I love listening to her, bro, because I'm just like.
You got hey, do you got notes in front of you, bitch?
What?
You have notes? You got a note sheet?
You have notes in front of you that she gave you?
Well, that's how I'm back at her like that, right? I'm like, hey, you coach me, where are my notes, babe? You just
Yeah, it's hilarious.
told me what to do, but not how to do it.
Yeah.
No, my wife is great, bro. She lets me fucking go play as much golf as I want, and even though she tells me to take it easy, this motherfucker doesn't, bro. Este cabrón. I don't know what it is, bro. Something about and I do play sober rounds too, bro, and I have a good time. But I mean,
how dare you?
Often than not,
how dare you?
More often than not, the people I play with have drinks, bro, and they bring them out, and I'm like,
yeah.
All right,
no,
so
I'm
Hex,
a social drinker, right? What did I say, Hex? You having a drink? So shall I?
Yeah.
Fucking rude to turn you down.
Hex, Lalo's gonna be down here in September. We'll get some dates out right now. We gotta. Yeah, this has to be a foursome. Like, we gotta get out on a course together.
No, actually, you know, I want to. I mean, Lalo, it's up to you, but I want to kind of, you know how we're trying to do the mariachi podcast.
Oh yeah.
I want Lalo. I would like Lalo to be there. It'd be fucking fun.
So for those of you listening and for Lalo, Hex is currently working on setting up a podcast where we're gonna be interviewing one of those mariachis. So
Mariachi's that golf.
Mariachi's at golf.
Mariachis that
golf.
golf. Yeah.
Don't
So
guys at the same time. Don't ask.
I was introduced to this mariachi from a very good friend of mine, and the mariachi, his name is Steve. I'm not gonna say anything else, but his name is Steve, and he runs a good gig, and bro, he is booked every fucking day. So I'm like, and he's a fan of us, and he's already bought merch from us. By the way, I owe him a birthday gift because his birthday was on May 4th, and
Happy
I
late
haven't
birthday,
given him
Steve.
his fucking gift.
Oh,
Yeah,
happy birthday,
so
Steve.
I was supposed to
And
give
on May
him,
4th too.
Think
I
with the
was
bio
gonna
baby
give him-
album.
I was
May
gonna
the
give him a
force be
hat.
with you.
He bought a towel already, so I was gonna give him one of our newer hats, and then I was like, you want one of our shirts, and he's like, yeah, it's down. But then he saw me wearing the sweater. He's like, yo, I want that sweater, and I'm like, all right, I got you. I'll get you the sweater. But fool, we're in July, and his birthday was fucking May, and I was like, dude, I got his address from his wife, and I'm like, oh man, I'm a terrible friend, So anyways, I was like, hey, do you think? I mean, me and you, we've golfed, So you think you want to come out on the mariachi and talk about? I mean, in the podcast and talk about the mariachi and how you guys golf and why you're in the mariachi, integrate both. And he's like, fuck yeah, I'm down. He's like, bro, I'll bring my crew. Like 4 or 5 of us golf. And I was like, what the fuck? For real? And I've golfed with him and another mariachi member.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this is a great idea. So I brought it up to Mikey because this is Mikey's thing. So I'm, Mike, do you mind if I bring a mariachi guy? And Mikey's like, that's a fucking great idea. Let's do it. So the only thing it would have to be Monday through Thursday because Friday, Saturday, Sunday are their fucking work.
Of course.
They're booked. And no, and this motherfucker.
Take a day off in the middle of the week to golf and get mariachi. Play.
I think I could
Twist my
sacrifice-
arm, Hex.
So this guy is booked. I mean, there's times where we like, for example, last year we had a Friendsgiving, and his wife shows up, and I'm like, "What the fuck is your man?" He's like, "Well, he's fucking working. What do you expect?" And it was a Friday night, and I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't think about it." And I was like, "Son of a bitch," and that's how booked he is. Where we hang out more with his wife than we do with him.
Okay.
The only time I get to hang out with him is when we're when he's doing a gig for us or our friends.
Yeah.
That's the only time we hang out, or we're golfing on the course. So I was like, it'd be a great thing but now, with Lalo, I'm like, it would be cool if Lalo would be there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be cool.
We got to do it, bro.
We got to do it. We got to do it now. We just got to do it. It's gonna be fun.
I would like that very much, bro. Golf, mariachi, I like those things very much, and both those things pair perfectly with beverages.
Oh, but so we gotta have some
Libations.
beverages.
Tequila.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, guys,
So-
this has been a really great conversation. Dude, Lalo, like I'm telling you, it was funny. We started off this week talking about like, yeah, we could talk about it for a little bit. Let's see what happens. And it's
2
turned
hours
into
later.
2 hours later is amazing conversation. Yeah, guys.
Hold on. It hasn't been 2 hours. My bad.
No.
Well, dude,
for
an
our
hour and a
listeners,
half. It
for
was
our
an hour and a
listeners
half
and
for the
Hex.
listeners. Yeah, it was an hour and a half because I came late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
The funny thing is, we kind of.
So we could run it for another 30 minutes,
We didn't really
Mikey.
initially talk about what we said we're going to. We touched a little bit, and then we deviated because it's it's all intertwined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It went from a heritage conversation to like a bunch of fucking alcoholics just spewing away.
Basically, I apologize to the listeners for that, man. But it is what it is. We're real people, normal people, and we enjoy doing average people shit, man.
Yeah.
And we went away from what we said. Well, we didn't go away. We just branched off, bro. It's still there. But thank you guys for having me, man. It's always a pleasure being on here on the show with you guys on the podcast, and I just genuinely have a good time talking to you guys, man. You guys are boys, like I said. If you guys were here live, we would cut the show and we'd keep hanging out.
Oh heck yeah, man! No, for sure.
Each part ways, man.
That's what we're saying that like we definitely have to do another one with you in person.
In person.
In
Yeah, no,
person. We
do it.
need to do an in person one. That one's for sure. So when you come down, or if we can manage it to all go up towards you again, that'd be cool.
Well,
We would
dude,
definitely love.
remember, we're trying to freaking go see the Dodgers play the A's for the last time in that crap hole, which is the Coliseum.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So maybe let's.
When is
What's
that?
that, Lalo? It's
I
supposed to
forgot
be
I forgot
August. I think it's like August 23rd or something like that. It's the last time the Dodgers get to play in the Coliseum, so we're trying to have a little road trip up there. So maybe we do a couple different things while we're out there.
Yeah.
Sure. That'd be dope. The game, a round of golf, and an episode. Why not?
Yeah.
Ya rugiste, Leon.
Heck yeah. Well, good stuff. We'll go ahead and get that planned. Definitely want to do one in person. So yeah, Lalo. Thanks for joining us, man. And as always to the guests, Salud Golferos.
Salud, golferos.